Good morning, Las Vegas. It's Zandra Pollard. It's Where I Am. Today, my guest, Galaxy Glen, is back.
Without a scratch. And I had to wear these shades because you're shining so bright at the star that you truly are. I just didn't want anything to happen, but I will take them off, so all eyes on you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes. And it's Valentine's.
Hey, I have my
celebration
Valentine's
week.
Day
Yes.
dress on.
Stunning.
For those who can't see it, I have a little bit of pink, fuchsia, red in my dress.
Oh, attitude for real, for real.
7-inch heels.
7-inch heels, yeah. Now I can finally look up to somebody I respect.
Yeah, 18-inch hair.
Uh-oh. If you're going to do it, right?
Right, I'm ready.
Your show is so informative. And dealing with mental wellness and health, Valentine love is something serious, very serious.
Oh, yeah. Because, a lot of times people spiral down into a negative space off of relationships.
Yes.
That's like the number one attempt of suicide.
Yeah, because they want to matter, and when a person gives them the indication they don't matter, and sometimes we can get into a funk where we don't feel validated unless this particular person. It's not even being loved. It's a certain person. I actually watched my brother, God rest his soul, suffer from that. He wanted his wife to love him like he felt like she should, but her love was counterfeit. And that was painstaking. So I pray I'm never in that situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank God I'm not.
Amen. You got it going on.
I sure do.
I always hear you, honey, what you cook? Honey, guess what I cook? Honey, we cooking.
Yeah, he cooks, I cook. We take turns, so that's a good thing.
Now, I want you to be the therapist. I'm sitting on your couch.
I'm not a therapist.
But you can play one on your show.
Okay.
Okay, in your shoes.
Okay.
In case somebody said, did he say shoe? Those shoes are banging.
Thank you.
When do you think it's inappropriate, or is it okay to call an ex or text an ex or inbox an ex or message an ex, Happy Valentine's Day? Just want you to know across the mind. Is that a no-no if you're in a relationship? Is it a no-no if you're single? Or focus on whoever your love interest is?
No comment.
No comment?
No. Well, sometimes people call me and say Happy Valentine's Day that are friends of mine.
Male friends?
Male friends. But they're just friends. Like my girlfriends call, my male friends call. Like friends will call each other and say Happy Valentine's Day.
Well, let's just say someone you were involved with at one point.
Okay, that's different.
That's inappropriate, don't you think?
That's inappropriate and definitely a no-no.
Right. So, what was your favorite Valentine candy? With the letters on it.
With the letters
when we
on
were
it?
in elementary school.
Oh my God.
The little candies.
I was ready to tell you what type of chocolate I like. I had it ready.
We're going to get to that.
Godiva.
If it's chocolate, it's good.
Yeah. Or caramel.
Hug Me was mine.
Oh, okay. I don't remember those.
Yeah, Hug Me, Kiss Me, I Love You, You're Sweet.
Okay.
All those little candies.
So how do you remember the names or the sayings on there so well?
Retention is
it retention?
90% of intellect.
Or did you just buy some?
No, I just read where I said hug me because I miss the hugs of my mom and my grandmother. They always say, child, come here, give me a hug.
Yeah.
So a hug was like an embracing, was like a comforting, not just emotionally, but spiritually comforting. So I think the hug is so cool.
Yeah, well, a lot of times there are people out there who are grieving during the holidays and Valentine's Day, missing a loved one, a parent, a child, an ex, husband, wife, or whatever. So, I want to send my deepest condolences to those who are missing loved ones on this special day.
Right. And what's a balance is that you love yourself.
Yes.
And, until you look in that mirror and love that person you see, it's going to be hard for you to really be loved by someone else because you'll look for that someone to transfer the balance when, look.
You got to do it yourself.
I love you. I love me some me. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And just think about it, Zandra. We're gravitated to people who feel good about themselves.
Yes.
Have you ever gone to a concert and says, "Oh, I'm going to this concert because she's so depressing and she's always sad." No, she's turned up or he's turned up.
Like what?
Your favorite, yes. So I think that's something we should keep that in mind. Love you some you.
That's right.
Yes.
So February is a great month because it's Black History Month.
Yes.
There's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And there's Loving You.
Loving You Day.
In February.
Well, we love all the time, but I like it when we all focus on it. Are you a giver or a taker?
I'm both.
I'm a giver.
Okay.
To the point sometimes when people gives me something, I'm thinking, what's the agenda behind it? I think giving to me is like an expression of, I got you, I got you. I don't do it in the sense to keep score, because people do that.
Right.
People can say, oh, you don't remember when I bought you a Slurpee in the 9th grade.
Well, I don't do it that way.
You're 60 now.
The way I do it is we take turns. Like my girlfriends and I, we take turns.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's like, girl, it's your turn. Or it's my turn.
But the other flip side to that is when someone uses give to show you or the lack of love they have. I'm not going to get you nothing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So you can feel that. Even with our children sometimes, they can, at a point of them growing up, they would measure, well, he got this.
Right.
And he got that. Well, why did she get this? So
my son used to count his Christmas gifts. So that was the thing. Kids are looking who has a bigger piece of chocolate, cake.
What the
glass has more juice in it.
Wow. Here's what you do, or what I did once. My son wanted this, wanted that, wanted this. You want some money, son? How about I just give you $500? Okay, I'll take the money instead. And then he realized the shoes he got was almost $150 or $200.
Right.
Then they get the value that, ooh, snap.
Right.
And then they grow to understand that it's the thought, it's love, it's family, it's food, it's fellowshipping.
Yeah, I agree. But I wanted you to come back on the show today because last week we had so much fun.
We did have fun.
I really enjoyed you. We talked about Super Bowl. We talked about Valentine's Day.
And Super Bowl is tomorrow.
It's coming up.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm not a football fan, but I'm looking for the food.
What's the best football commercial you remember seeing?
I don't remember one. I'm not a football fan.
Best national anthem?
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston by far.
Yeah. You mentioned last week about a woman, particularly, who is not appreciative of her gift. She'll say something like, oh, I didn't want this, I wanted that. Do you remember that? You also brought up about me being married and the expectation not being so high. So I want to say all that's not true. I do have expectations.
Right.
Yes, I do expect my husband to ask me every Valentine's Day to be his Valentine.
That is beautiful.
Yes, and I do expect to not be cooking.
Uh-oh.
I'm not cooking.
You guys take turns cooking.
We take turns, so either he's cooking or we're going out.
Or we're going out, yeah.
And I do expect champagne.
Uh-oh.
Chocolate strawberries.
Chocolate strawberries.
Yes. And a massage.
And a massage. The views and opinions of this show. Kids, hide the kids. Listen, and I can honestly say this, and everyone who's listening know you. You and your husband have such an amazing relationship. Your covenant is real. It's not painted on. I see you guys out together, and I like to see couples who still act like they're falling in love. Yes. And you guys, it's fresh.
Well,
it's
sometimes we walk around like we can't stand each other. I mean, that's a reality.
Yeah, I mean, your brothers and sisters at times, your family, your folks, and his every move. He know every one of yours. But you kind of blew me away initially because I'm single, and even when I was in a relationship, I never tried to have a stronghold on nobody. But when you tell me you were going on a trip, and I was like, "Is my boy going?" No.
When I went to Cancun,
I was like, "What? Oh, he's good though." And then you said you're going on a trip again. I said, "Is my boy going with you?"
No.
My boy is her husband. And no. And it just made me feel like the confidence and the trust level of love that
you got
have
to
for one
have some
another.
time to yourself.
Yeah.
That is really important.
Right. So you know, we talked, and he and I is going over to Brazil.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Because he can't do that.
Because he needs some time too. No,
He gets time when I'm gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Back to the massage, I guess. So it's Valentine's weekend. Best gift you ever given?
I don't give gifts on Valentine's Day.
Oh, out of love.
Oh, out of love? I don't know. Maybe some tickets somewhere or a trip or something. I don't know.
I just knew
That's
you were
hard
going to
for
say
me.
a child.
A child?
Yeah, you.
Oh, that's a gift. Yes.
The act of it was the result of an amazing gift. One of the gifts that you cherished to this very day that you received.
My gold rose I told you about last week.
Right.
Yeah, I still have that.
Gold rose.
Yeah.
So love is not always just based on relationships, man, woman, woman, man. Love is a family, friends, co-workers.
Love is
people.
A feeling.
Right.
Love is a feeling and an expression. Right. And you can have that with anyone, family, friends, as you're saying.
Right.
Family, friends, lovers.
You know, when I reflect, because right now there's people listening to you and listening to your show faithfully every Saturday morning, and they love what you do. I enjoy listening to you. I talk about it in some of our staff meetings how I'm a fan of the station, not just working here,
Sure.
and of the shows. But sometimes we don't get a chance to tell people we love them or appreciate them or how they impacted their lives. Is there a teacher, a relative, a friend that you didn't get a chance to express that you appreciate them? Because love is a part of appreciation. Who would it be?
Glen, you're taking over the show now. You got me talking about stuff I'm not even trying to talk about.
No, because it's mental and it's love, and I could never take over your show. You got the signature, you got the look.
Oh, no, you can't take it over.
That's not my desire. It's just to embellish what you're already doing.
Thank you, sweetie.
Go ahead.
But I guess it would be Miss Weber. And
Who was
that
she?
was my 6th grade teacher.
There you go.
And I actually called her when I was a young adult. And she did not remember me.
Wow.
I was so heartbroken.
What did you tell her?
I just tried to refresh her memory, and I thanked her. I still thanked her for what she instilled in me. She gave me a lot of confidence. And she helped me to understand how powerful I was as a young woman, or a young girl, excuse me. I did poetry.
All right.
She pulled that out of me.
All
I
right.
had no idea. So that was something I was grateful for. And also, she made me the captain of the cheerleading team.
See there? And that's a love and a gift that touched you to this very day.
Yeah, because I went to private school.
Uh-huh.
And in private school...
She went to Harvard, ladies and gentlemen. No, go ahead.
And in private school, they kind of treat you like you're all the same, right? You're wearing a uniform. No one stands out.
It's only 12 of you in the class. I sent my
there were
kids
more
to
than
those
12,
private
but
schools.
the thing is that I was not exceptional. I didn't realize that I was.
Wow.
I didn't understand I had talents and beauty. I learned that from Miss Weber. Yeah, I took etiquette class with her. She put a lot there.
Can I tell you
Some
something?
seeds.
What you just shared was worth me coming down here 2 hours early on this Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That touched me.
Thank
and
you.
it's parallel to someone who touched me too as well, because I too was a very disciplined child, and because of my faith, we couldn't dance, sing, and all that stuff. You know, it was like, oh no, you're not doing none of that foolishness. And I was in a theater group, was one of my classes, and I would never want to take part until Miss Knight says, Glenn, you come down and you're going to do this part. And when I walked out on stage, I just felt my parents saying, what are you doing getting on that stage when you know better? And I was thinking about that, but it was and to boot, it was a Christmas performance. And at the time I was a Jehovah's Witness. And we didn't necessarily celebrate Christmas.
Sure.
We celebrate Christ, but not on one day.
Mm.
And it was Drummer Boy. And I had to sing, "Only to me, bum, 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 bum." And they just love. They start clapping. She said, "You are really talented." I didn't tell nobody.
Wait, your teacher or your mom said you're really talented?
The instructor said that.
Okay.
I didn't even share with them what happened. I didn't even share with them because it was like I had no business on that stage, let alone going bum. But nevertheless and notwithstanding, that got me out of the bubble, and the rest is history.
Right, and look at you now.
Yeah,
you're on the #1 smooth jazz station in the nation.
And I don't know if you heard about it, but just recently, in fact, Sunday, I'm gonna say I was proud. I was humbled and honored. I'll put it to you that way. Humbled and honored. I received this award, and you could just read it yourself.
Oh my goodness! So this says, the original Outstanding Gentlemen of Las Vegas are honored to present this award for outstanding and dedicated service to the historic West Side community and the city of Las Vegas. To Glen
Runnels.
Okay, I didn't want to say it.
AKA
Galaxy Glen, West Side Entertainment legend.
That was touching.
You are a legend.
A touching. It just echoes the body of work. I don't pound my chest. I'm humble and I'm a giver. I'll say, you take the light. I'm good because I know who I am and whose I am. And you are an exceptional legend in what you do, because Zandra, and I'm sure a lot of people will tell you this, your passion that comes across the air for what you do is deeper than we'll ever know. You got some stories that they haven't even heard yet.
Right.
But you're ministering and you're touching people who need to hear it. So back to love, as we had a Oprah aha moment. So you love chocolate strawberries.
Chocolate strawberries.
The white chocolate or the chocolate chocolate?
Both.
I'm telling you.
But more so the
I'm like a little kid with the way the receptions. They said, "Where's Glenn? Man, you supposed to be emceeing." I'm like, "Let me get some more of these strawberries first." Are they the best?
Yes, they are.
Now, are they seasonal or you can get them anytime?
You can get them pretty much anytime.
Really?
The strawberry season is like February to May.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm from, I'm not from, but I lived in Oxnard.
Right.
And they are, they have the #1
harvest there.
Strawberries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have like a strawberry festival every May.
Let's talk about love songs.
Okay.
What is, now don't just go now. I always say, sit in the back seat of grandma's car or mom and pop's car, and a song came on the radio and you found yourself singing it.
Mine would be for Valentine's Day or just people?
A love song that touched you, that just to this day pulls your heartstrings.
Well, that's going to cause radio silence. Then I'll have to remember and go back in my catalog.
Uh-oh.
So why don't you tell me yours
Well,
first?
have you seen her?
Okay. I know.
Because he was talking, he says, I thought I had a palm in my hands. Have you seen her? And I was looking like, man, if I ever see that girl, I'm going to tell him this man is looking for her. He said, oh, why'd you have to leave me and go away?
Right.
In a way, he's told a story, painted it so beautiful. Because back then, you didn't have a video to support your song.
Right.
Now we see videos and the song don't make no sense, but it's just whatever.
You're into music.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Right? So you're listening, hearing music all the time.
Would you get married?
But you know what I will say for Valentine's Day? I got a song for you.
Okay.
Shaka Khan.
Which one?
What you gonna do for me?
How about Janet Jackson? What have you done for me lately? Top 10 songs, love songs all time. I would say as a Hall of Fame broadcaster and being have the conduit, if you will, to play the plays. Always and Forever's got to be one.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Always and Forever. He just laid it in your lap.
Yes.
So I'll make it simple, okay? I'll say an artist, and you think of a song. Anita Baker.
Rapture of Love.
There you go.
Yeah.
And what's you know I can't laugh without
Barry
you.
Manilow.
I can't laugh without you. Jump in the water one. I can't laugh and I can't sing. I'm finding it hard
to do anything.
You know I feel those kind of songs is just yeah. And I'm gonna give it away.
What's that?
I used to be shy. So I would call somebody, no true.
Okay.
And I'd put the phone, I'd have the song ready on my cassette and then press play.
Real?
And put the song up to it.
I can't believe that.
Switch, They'll Never Be.
I just watched that documentary.
Oh my goodness.
Bobby DeBarge.
Bobby
right?
DeBarge.
Yeah.
Bobby
wow,
L.
that
James.
was
Deep.
An interesting
talented family.
Yes.
And then that happens when you are extremely gifted or extremely in favor. The opposition is going to creep and try to cause all kind of havoc.
Sure.
But it's up to you to keep that door closed.
You gotta watch that ego.
Gotta watch that ego.
Yeah.
What's a good food for Valentine's?
Steak.
There you go. So I'm not a beef eater, but steak. And what's your sides?
Garlic mashed potatoes.
I'm trying to have it ready tonight. Garlic mashed potato and what else?
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Or spinach.
Or spinach.
Yeah.
I fell into my teeth. And dessert. I know massage, right? Dessert.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate. You love chocolate, huh?
Yeah, I like chocolate.
And if you haven't seen it, I mean, she's slim shady. I mean, slim excellence. I won't even put shady in it.
Well, if you'd like to see, just go to my website. It's whereiam.com.
The beautiful Zandra. Okay, so we're talking about Valentine's and what happens. Give me some advice because this happens to me a lot.
Okay.
And you've seen it happen.
Oh Lord.
To me.
Okay.
Okay. And
you're not going to talk about that crazy psycho woman, are you?
Okay. No.
Okay.
But I will say this. How do you quick fix? You're in a situation, go out and have a good time, and somebody they feel like they're being neglected or you're not giving them enough attention, and you realize it. What do? Do you stop and say it's not what you think it is, or do you just go on with it and deal with it later? In other words,
stop and correct yourself.
Exactly. All too often, we just let the night play, and then you get in the car, and then it's stonewall.
I wouldn't know about those things.
I know, so I just figured you could give me some advice. But if it's like a forest fire doesn't start as one; it's a brush fire. But if you don't put it out, it starts to blaze.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's with anything, So the bottom line is communication, right? So when you know that something needs to be corrected, correct it right then and there.
What do you think of because you travel all the time. You're probably going somewhere. When you leave here, I saw luggage in your back seat.
Yeah.
It's gifts for the hubby. What's a real beautiful romantic place?
Oh, there's lots of romantic places. I can only speak in country because I've only been out of the country a couple times and it's been to the same place.
Okay. Well, I was blessed we're both from California.
Yes.
So being by the beaches is kind of like, how do you beat that?
Yes, but you know what's a wonderful, beautiful place to go is South Carolina.
Really?
Have you ever been there?
No, but I have a dear friend there. I've been through there, but
okay.
I haven't. Is it really?
Hilton Head Island is like one of the golf meccas here in the United States.
You have their man's heart. Golf.
Man, it is beautiful out there. Shopping's great. You're on the beach. It's an island. Nice place to go.
Yeah. So I would have to still say California. San Diego is just like that's the way God intended people to live and grow up. It's such a beautiful place. But let's not slight Las Vegas. It paints a picture of some breathtaking hotels and properties, and even taking a nice drive on the Strip.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not one for driving on the Strip. Now, the view that I like is from Mount Charleston. Now, that is beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah, and then you can ride your horses up there. They have some
ride horses?
Yes.
I have a friend that has a cabin up there, and they have horses.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's your show.
I was just going to say that horses are really good with, anxiety, calming, right? They're very calming.
I just had someone recently tell me that they had a debacle, and the horse comforted her.
Yes.
During the period, and the horse was telling her that this particular someone wasn't good for them. And I said, "You're not just horsing around." She said, and that is such a trip. You say that.
There's someone out here in Vegas. She works with veterans, and she has a ranch out here, out in the Mount Charleston area, and helps with our veterans with PTSD and anxiety.
This is such a trip. I have to, as you're talking, I'm scrolling because this conversation you had about horses, I mean, you nailed it. You maybe want to say hi. This is cool. So love is in the air, whatever you do.
That's right.
Don't overspend. Bought love ain't never paid for. You can't buy love.
Hey, but you should have a budget.
Yes. Do what you can. And I think the most important thing, and you're in a winning situation, be for real. Don't pontificate. And don't try to love on somebody early in the day and say, "Oh, my job called me in." Then you're going to try to see somebody else later. I mean, you're really hurting yourself, and you're exposing the fact that you feel inadequate because it only takes one good one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And some people is trying to get all they can get.
And then those are the takers.
Hey, I ain't mad at them because it ain't my business. So, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Continue to love yourself and know that you can catch me every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. on KUNV.org, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and itswhereiam.com. Thank you, Galaxy Glen.
Thank you. One quick thing. Valentine's Day is red. Is it going to be Kansas City? But a lot of people want money. And it's green. Is it going to be Philadelphia? We'll find out tomorrow.
Hey, and when can they catch you?
Catch me Monday through Friday on 91.5 Jazz and More from 3 until 6 in the side-by-side afternoon drive. I thank you.
The #1 smooth jazz station in the nation.
Amen.
See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.